Today we talk about achieving milestones, the wild, wild web, and seeking validations for your miserable existence. Yeah, we're talking to you, attention horse. If you have daddy issues, contact me. Then reach out to us on our Instagram, Twitter, or at our website, tiltednotstir.com. Enjoy the clickbait.
Hello, my name is Edwin.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Frantic.
And together we are Tilted Not Stirred. So what has you guys feeling tilted today? What have you guys been up to?
I've just been learning Python. Decided to self-teach myself Python.
Wait, it's not part of your class?
No, it was originally, but they cut it. So what the professor did, he posted the lessons online so you can learn it yourself if you chose to do so.
I took a semester of Python and it sucked. So good luck, man.
It's been fine so far.
Wait, so what kind of coding language do you do then?
Python is the language.
So you're just teaching yourself to get ahead.
Yeah, I'm just learning
Oh, sweet,
a
dude.
new language.
Nice. So I gotta ask Jeff. The
Yeah.
review. The Farmer Boy's chicken sandwich.
Pending.
Yay or nay? Pending?
Pending.
Come on, man. The people, they
I know,
demand
the
this
people-
review.
The people need to know. I can
It's
give the other one so far. McDonald's, mediocre. Carl's, good but expensive. Chick-fil-A, good. Popeyes, great.
Okay.
That's a quick rundown.
You
Nice.
know, Jeff, this would make a perfect article in our Tilted Not Stirred website. You just go through whenever you have a chicken sandwich. Just give your thoughts in the moment. You know.
Yeah, man. Write a blog. Be a foodie. A blog foodie.
I kind of hate that you stole this from me. Like, it would have been great on-brand Edwin stuff. But you know what? It's all yours now, dude. It's awesome.
I went on a giant rant about people taking pictures of their food. I'm not about to eat and write at the same time.
Oh, shit. I totally forgot about that. Well, we're on the topic of food, though. So I finally had good food in Mexico on my vacation trip. Damn. I had some of the best grilled chicken I've ever had. It was mesmerizing.
Damn.
That's all I gotta say. It had beans, rice, soup, all the stuff, tortillas, and Edwin, you're right. They all do flour tortillas over there,
Yeah, that's the way.
and yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It made the entire trip, honestly. That one grilled chicken spot.
What was I gonna say? During a carne asada, right? You're there for the carne asada, correct? But for me, it's just the chicken. The pollo asado is amazing. That's what I like to hang out.
Who goes to carne asada and eats chicken? That's
It-
some-
I- that's what I'm
I
saying.
ate the chicken. I'm there with
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
I don't even
Yeah,
have
it's
chicken
so
at my
good.
carne asadas. Get that chicken out of my face.
You got your carne asada, you got your chorizo asado if your family's into that.
Yeah.
There's pollo, you got your cebollitas on the side.
Yeah, my family don't do pollo. We got the cebolla, we got the potatoes, we got the actual carne asada, and then some chorizo.
And all that shit is doused in beer. You just douse that
They all
shit in beer.
marinate it with beer.
My family marinates with like oranges and stuff, but
Ooh.
the beer thing is pretty good too. Like, that's some good stuff.
Nice, man. Nice. And then in other news for myself, I've been interviewing. I had to do 3 interviews for his job, and I finally did it.
Hell
I finally got that career job, the mythical career job that everyone always talks about. I finally got it.
The
And
stepping
I'm so
stone.
excited. Yeah, man. Oh, when I got the email, man, my body, I felt like a tingle. Like, it's very rare that I pat myself on the back, but it finally felt like I accomplished something.
dude, there's this like relief, pride, all mixed into your voice when you told me. I was like, damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's a different side of me, and I hope that I perform as well as I think I can, and just keep this train going.
Well, speaking of which, I cried before starting my job. it's one of those things I never cry. But it was because I knew I was hardcore depressed working at that Nordstrom warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
That when it happened that I got out, I was just like, wait, like, this is all I've ever known. What if I can't perform anything else? What if I'm not good at anything else? And I like cried and it felt good. And I was just like, okay, I'm about to start this new job that is seen as a stepping stone for a career as well in an environmental side.
Right.
Let's put it all out there. Let's be as positive as I can be. And it actually brought that side out of me where I'm just super happy. I'm like telling, like I like to consider myself a happy person, but I haven't been.
Mm-hmm. I think it's that feeling too of finally knowing that you're gonna try hard and it's actually going to benefit you in the long run. Whereas when you're in a dead end job, you're just kind of there to clock in and out, like just do my time, get the fuck out, think about how miserable I am, all that biz. And so yeah, I'm excited to get started. And when I'll let y'all know a little bit on the podcast for those who care, like how it goes, because man, it's a huge milestone for me at least.
Yeah, and when the homie Jeff gets his posh security job,
Oh,
you know,
yeah, the hacker man's.
the internet security job. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Cybersecurity.
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 Man, I sound like a boomer there. You know,
The interwebs.
He's there.
Interwebs security guards.
he's there patrolling the internet all day for everyone's safety. You know, but yeah.
What about you, Edwin? What have you been up to?
My new job, it's great. I have to leave my house an hour and a half before starting a shift, so that's not great.
Damn. I can't. I wouldn't be able to do that commute.
I almost died yesterday. It was uphill. Some guy's car got like his car overheated, and it was stuck
Ooh.
in the middle. There's two lanes, and it was stuck in the fast lane, and I came around the corner, and it had just happened. So I had to brake super, super hard. And there was an 18-wheeler behind me that I saw it and I said, I'm fucking dead. Like, that's literally what I said.
Dude, and your little Honda Fit, like, geez.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it coming. There was another car next to it, so he couldn't turn into the other lane. And I said, I'm fucking dead.
Goodbye.
And the 18-wheeler found a way to get sideways so they wouldn't hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up a little bit like between the stopped car and the rail, the guardrail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an experience.
Y'all were going uphill, right?
No, we're going downhill.
Oh, and it's downhill, so it's even harder. Oh,
yeah,
to stop.
it was a down.
God.
It was a downhill portion of it. So, yeah, it was really scary, but you know, my job is super cool. I love my job. I love my coworkers. Coworkers are nerds trying to find their place in the world too. It's really nice. It's really, really nice.
Good shit, dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you always got crazy stories about that place, so.
This is my first week.
I could never imagine that working, you know, in the great outdoors would just cause so many random things to happen.
Well, alcohol and heat. That's what that does. And every time I walk into the office, I feel like Jordan Slansky from Conan because I have to prepare my body in various ways.
Oh my God.
There's a huge jug of like sunscreen, and I walk in there and I have to like sunscreen the hell up.
Dude, whoever's listening and they understood the reference of preparing your body in various ways, damn, kudos to you. Big brownie points.
Yeah, Conan's last show was this weekend, the last weekend.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty emotional. You know, I was like, oh damn.
There was a time that I was super into it, but It's not that his humor is bad. It's just at some point you just get caught up with something else.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of, you know.
Especially since the show's on every day. It's like you kind of feel obligated to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those things that I never really identified with, like, watching a late night show host. Like, the rest of, like, America, everybody has one, I guess, right? They watch. I never identified with any of that. But, you know, during NBA games, Conan was next, and I'd be like, okay, I'll just sit and watch Conan.
Sit and watch. Nice.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Very cool. All right, boys. So what's the topic for today?
So, keeping with the current times, did any of you guys catch the opening to the, what is it, the Tour de France?
Yeah, it was like a spill, right? Everybody fell?
Yeah. So what happened was some random girl or lady decided to step into the track with this big ass sign to try to get on camera. And she had like the biggest shit-eating grin on her face as she's doing this. And then a guy on a bicycle just came in and plowed into the sign, fell down, causing everyone behind him to just follow in his footsteps.
Jeez, wait. So the event is going on. Someone steps onto the track and then it causes an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So then what the hell happened to her? Like, did she get banned for life? Like,
She ran away, and she's being sued right now. But no one knows who she is.
Oh my god.
She ran away. All those athletes weren't able to, I mean, I guess you're on the floor, but I'd be so pissed. You know, the power of God will compel me to float over there.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it just got me thinking, man, people out here just wanting attention, causing some shit.
Attention seekers, huh?
Yup.
Shit. So, back to this chick that was holding up the sign. Did they even know what the sign said? Was it at least an important message?
The sign says something like, I think it was hello in French, and then it was like grandma and grandpa in German.
Oh,
So she was just saying hello to her grandparents.
Oh, that's nice.
While standing on the track with the sign pointed towards her back was to the people too. So she wasn't even
So she
smart
didn't
about
even
it.
see
She didn't even see them, yeah.
the cyclist coming. Jeez.
She just saw a camera in her face and was like, ooh,
Oh,
attention.
the people, man. The shit that they'll do for attention. I mean, this was like, sure, it was probably coming from a good place. But like, this event is not about you, lady.
Well, during the Black Lives Matter protests and stuff, you see a lot of people that were influencers or consider themselves influencers go to the protest, get out of their car, pose for the picture, and then get back in their car and leave. And then write their heartfelt message on, you know, however they felt about it, you know.
I think a couple of them got exposed.
Yeah, there was a video of a lady with a drill, right? She got out of their car, asked a guy who was boarding up businesses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's like, let me have the drill. Let me have the drill. She gets the drill, pretends to screw in a screw, and then gives him the drill back and drives away in a fucking Porsche.
What the fuck?
Nice.
Yeah,
What's the
so
point of that?
she wanted to write about like Black Lives Matters and protesting and looting and all that stuff. She wanted to take that angle, or how she was doing her part to stop looting, to stop all that other stuff. When in reality,
Nothing to do with
she
it.
was doing nothing.
So where do
You
you think all this attention seeking comes from? Like, what part of these people just wants, like, what does the attention do?
It's self-gratification.
So it's just a dopamine rush?
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Is
Because
it
we're in a new age, right, where you have to do other outlandish things to get attention, and then now you can do those outlandish things and post them to social media and get instant reactions, as opposed to like, oh, am I gonna be on the news? Am I gonna be in the paper? And now it's like, oh, I can just post this myself.
You're talking about clout chasers.
Well, all of that is attention seeking.
Yeah.
Well, I also wanted to talk about like social media fitness people. They do the weirdest fucking shit for social media. Like, that's literally what that is. Attention seeking. Like, you do so many impractical workouts so that you can gain attention.
Oh yes, all the yoga poses. And very important yoga poses. All right.
Yes. I'm a fan of my yoga, Edwin.
Good
Try to like me.
stretch.
No, it's just like being way down in the pool, like doing, I don't know what the fuck, so that, for what? You know?
Sex sells, man. This is their livelihood.
Are they also advertising their OnlyFans, or is this just...
No, this is just workout dudes.
Oh, dudes?
Sponsorships and stuff,
Hey,
too.
get your shit, king.
Oh, you're saying guys, too?
Yeah.
What do guys do? I mean, yeah, I've seen a lot of cringe shit on social media, for sure.
I wouldn't know. Please enlighten me.
Or the young teenagers with the hair, and they're like, they get real close to the mic. They have this stupid face on their look, and they're like, if my girl was crying, I'd give her a shoulder to cry on. And that's how they talk. And it's just like, what? They're just like, I guess, attractive dudes for that type of girl that
Talking about the
wants that.
E-boys?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Dude,
Like,
I've been
it's
seeing
just-
so much cringe shit lately because I'm mainly on Instagram, and a lot of people are adopting the Reels, which is very similar to TikTok. And even people on TikTok are, what are they doing? Importing them into their Instagram stories or Reels? Anyways, all the cringe shit, all the different trendy stuff that's going on, that people do dances or do certain things to songs. And I can't think of one in particular because there's just so many of them. And you're like, people don't talk this way. People don't think this way. Like, I wonder how much of it is actual entertainment versus everyone's doing this, so it must be good.
I'm gonna talk like this for the rest of the podcast.
Please don't.
Oh, God.
I hope our listeners enjoy this. Make sure
We'll just edit that in post.
they feel they feel cared for. No, for sure though. Yeah, for sure. People are super fucking cringe. It's I don't know. There's a whole language to TikTok. It scares me, but all these kids are. I was just telling somebody, like, when did he said this became a viable way to communicate? If I said, man, these peaches are great, and it makes somebody laugh, this is just some dumb shit, right?
Okay.
These peaches are great. Someone laughs about it, and somebody else says, he said these peaches are great. What the fuck is that? Did you add anything of value to this conversation, or what? Like, the fuck, like.
You kind of lost me here. Like, are you saying that this is what people are doing?
Yeah. Is this a TikTok trend going on right now?
Yeah, like the repetition of somebody by saying he said this.
Oh,
You know-
so he said that there's a repetition to things, and that's a trend on TikTok. Did I do
Or
it
like,
right?
yeah, no.
Oh,
have
you're
to
talking
say-
about like the
you have to-
voiceovers?
Yeah, no, you have to add a little twang to it. So you have to, like, someone says something like, yeah, these peaches are great, whatever.
He said these peaches are great. Like that.
He said.
Like,
that he
Oh, you gotta
said.
laugh? Oh, okay.
He said, yeah, he said this peaches.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just the boomer trying to
I
get
want
with
you-
the times.
Yeah, I want you guys to, like, next time someone like, you guys are having a conversation with a younger person, and they're gonna go, he said this, right? They'll repeat.
You must get in the mind of a Gen Zer.
You guys have not seen that?
No.
Am I the only person who's seen
Yeah.
that? Where
Yeah,
they-
you're
they just-
crazy.
That's some
No,
next
they-
level Zoomer shit, dude.
they just repeat what you just said, and saying he said this. It's just like
I'm an old man, dude. I don't keep up with these things.
yeah. I was just like, what did you add of value to this conversation right now? Instead of just repeating what I just said by saying he said this. I did say that.
Maybe they just want
I
to get the
said
last
that.
word in.
I said that.
I said that.
I said that.
Yeah, they just want attention, bro. So they're just trying to get that last point in. Be like that exclamation mark for you.
So
While
this
still taking attention.
this might be a bit of a hot topic now, but before we started recording, we touched a little bit on transracial. And we were debating whether or not transracial can be considered attention seeking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to share a little bit about that? Do y'all feel that transracial, or for example, people that are, whenever you talk to them, or maybe even on their social media profiles, they have all these different, like, oh, I'm a third this, I'm a third that, and I'm a fourth, like, you know, just trying to grab all the good characteristics of all the different races, or, you know,
So
all that.
I'm gonna use the example of that Brazilian dude that wanted to be Korean, right? So he got all these surgeries to be Korean, and now he looks Korean even though he's Brazilian.
Dude, we got another one.
And there's another one.
There's another one. A British influencer. I looked this up. The gentleman's name is Ollie London, and he came out at. Ooh, I said he. Yikes! So he's non-binary. So they came out as non-binary, and after 18 plastic surgeries to look like BTS singer Jimin, he now identifies as Korean. Oh, they identify now as Korean, transracial Korean.
Okay.
Thoughts?
But here's the thing with Ollie. He did something.
No, it's not he. Come on, dude.
Oh, they did. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's gonna be
100%.
tough.
Yeah, so they did something to, I guess, want to be part of the culture in an extreme way, shape, or like he did something to associate himself. Oh my god, I have my pronouns. I have my pronouns on my Instagram. So they did something.
You talk the talk. Now you gotta walk the walk.
No, I mean, yeah, of course. Of course. Everyone has, yeah, like this is my point right now. This is exactly what I'm saying. He's doing something to actually associate himself.
They are doing something.
Oh my lord.
It's not hard, man.
They are doing something. They are doing something to associate themselves with the culture.
Right.
So do you think they are seeking attention? Because I don't know about the Brazilian guy. The Brazilian guy seems like a super fan who, I don't know, they might just be seeking attention themselves too.
I feel like it is. It's attention seeking mainly because you have the example of transgender where they feel like they were born a different gender, right?
Mm.
But then if you're saying you're transracial, it's like what you're saying that you're born... You feel Korean. You were born Korean. Like it's a choice. It seems like Korean. It's a choice. And instead of just idolizing or let's say fangirling over a culture and just having it be that way, be a weeb or a Karibo, whatever you need to be. Like why do you gotta come out and say like, oh, I have the eyes now. Like look at me. I'm Korean.
Okay. I could see that. So if they go to like concerts and they go out of their way to like make themselves known, like, hey, I'm Korean, yo, look at me. I'm a bigger fan than you are, then that is definitely attention seeking.
No, I think this is like gatekeeping now. I feel like this person transformed themselves to the point where they feel Korean. And if they practice Korean culture, if they practice the language, if you want to be Korean, go ahead and be Korean, right? The thing is, the attention seeking happens when you are not associated in any way, shape, or form to a culture. If you are just standing around with somebody and someone says, hey, I'm Italian, and then the other person says, oh yeah, I'm European too. I have Portuguese in me. I got this, and that. And they're like, do you speak Portuguese? Do you speak the language. No, do you speak any other languages? No. Have you been? No. Who in your parents or anything? And they're like, no. It's just like,
It's like, man, shut your ass up. You're from Southern California. You haven't been anywhere.
yeah, that type of person seeking attention. That type of person is seeking validation from the European person for some reason. They're going up to them and saying, I am also European, when they haven't really lived that lifestyle. That new Korean person is now, I mean, power to them. If they're going to practice, if they're going to learn, if they're going to adopt that personality, let them be that person.
To be fair, they came out with a YouTube video, and I haven't watched it because mainly I don't care. Or maybe it's just me trying to justify my own thoughts. And instead of trying to learn and maybe expand my mind, I'm quick to judge. But I mean, I feel like the fine line between cultural appropriation and idolizing another country's culture is kind of blurred in this one, because they seem like they're really into it, and they've even gone as extreme as to change their face. So I suppose it's not cultural appropriation, but
Let's touch on that a little bit, because I feel like cultural appropriation is mainly an issue with white people when they see other people appropriating a culture. So let's take Mario Odyssey as an example, right? Originally, that game had Mario with a sombrero on the cover, and people got up in arms. They're like, yo, you can't be doing that shit. That's racist. How you gonna have Mario in a sombrero? But a lot of the Mexican Latin community, they're like, yo, that's fucking sick. Mario's in a sombrero and he's on the cover. That's fucking dope. I was one of those. I was like, hell yeah, Mario's in a sombrero. Let's go. I rocked that skin for the game.
Mexicans are probably some of the least offended races that I know, that I can think of. It's just,
If anybody makes the attempt to speak Spanish, everybody cheers. If everyone is like, like, you can't go up to a French person and speak your French ass French. Your broken up French, because they'll be like, I also speak Spanish, English, and then that's a horrible French accent.
Oh, oui. I speak
horrible.
English.
I speak English. Shut the fuck up. Don't butcher my language.
yeah.
Speaking of the French, the World Cup winners are now eliminated from the Euros. That was fantastic. Monday was incredible. They got eliminated by the Swiss. Is it the Swiss?
Dude, you've been practicing your French, and now you're shitting on the French national team?
No, I'm not.
Disowned.
Dude, I don't consider myself French.
Well, never.
Edwin
never
out here
consider
seeking
yourself.
attention.
Now you're never being
Uh,
considered.
Damn.
You will no longer get the attention from the French, Edwin.
Never.
Yeah.
You just sold out.
My last name will no longer be pronounced Never.
Oh, no. Now it's just Nava.
Now it's Nava.
So going back to cultural appropriation, I think that the white people out here gatekeeping other people's cultures are 100% just seeking for attention and virtue signaling and all that other shit.
Oh, okay.
Because they're not embedded in this culture and they're out here defending it. It's like, bro, we don't need you defending us. Sit the fuck down.
So it's yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to actively participate in teachings and traditions and all that. Well, I mean, not all the traditions, but stuff like that, to bring that into your life so that you can also be like, oh yeah, I'm also part of this. I'm also part of that, because you are part of that if you practice.
Mm-hmm.
Those weebs that are absolutely crazy about Japan, right? Like, some of them just move there, right? And like Japanese people are like, oh god, here's this guy, here's this fucking otaku over here, but it's, they actually feel that passionate about Japan. I had a question earlier. Is Japan the most sought after culture to kind of be part of, or is that just nerds being fucking nerds?
I think that's just nerds. I mean, if you look at the rest of the country, I think a lot of people like the Western culture.
Because I've met some Europeans that really, really love Mexico.
Oh shit! Look at that. We're exotic.
Oh hell yeah, bro!
Wow,
Let's go.
We're so interesting.
So yeah,
Alright,
they-
alright. I'm about to go get a sombrero from my uncle's shop.
Yeah, they love Mexico so much they want their spouse to be Mexican. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then some people do the same thing with Japan. You know, some people do the same thing. I don't know. Like, is there any other culture that people gravitate so hard for? I mean, America has the connections to Greece forever, but I actually don't ever hear anybody saying,
You know, we're obsessed with Greek culture. Yeah, we don't say that.
yeah.
I think if I were to guess as to what country holds the most cultural influence, I'm talking cultural influence. I think it'd have to be Japan because it's in cars. Because Japanese cars are super popular everywhere.
But
You
Jeff
have-
Jeff just turned it on his head. All these like other people from all these other
Yeah.
countries
They
look at us.
Exactly.
A good example is Hideo Kojima. Hideo Kojima, all of his video games and everything he does is with the tinge of America. He takes a lot of inspiration from America. Guilty Gear Strive is all about like taking Americanisms and putting it into their game. So Japanese people can really, really, really like America. You know, the reverse weeb, I don't know what we call them. You know, and in the other cultures,
We call them Patriots.
we call it. I didn't want to say America because Americans have that bad rap of like, oh, everything's about us, and we're the biggest.
I mean, yes, we have that. Americans love to claim, again, Americans love attention. They love to claim they're the big dog. But sometimes they are. Like, it's hard. You'd be hard-pressed to go out and, like, not see some type of... Like, in Japan, people get married using, like, the Christian way. That, you know, like, you may now kiss the bride to do that whole traditional Christian wedding, like, the American style. You go to China, everyone rocks, like, baseball hats from American baseball teams because they sell them everywhere. You know,
I want to ask, what is American culture? And how do others copy American specific culture?
I feel like cities are the ones that are easier to define in that way, in that sense. You look at San Francisco, you know what the culture is there. You look at LA, you know what the culture is there.
Okay.
You look at New York, you have at least some stereotypes, some stuff that you already know perceived from that culture in those cities. You look at Texas as a state.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine a Texan person,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I said Delaware, you'd be lost. You wouldn't know.
Sure.
You look at
Yeah,
Boston.
You're right.
You look at Boston. Boston has a type of person.
Yeah, I can picture a person.
So it just depends where your inspiration comes from, where you draw that Americanism from America. A lot of people would say Hollywood. A lot of people would say New York. You know?
I could see that because I was trying to make the distinction between if a company is marketing a game or a movie and they want the biggest umbrella, right? Like what would make the most massive appeal, then sure, because America is such a huge market, you would do it in their taste. But I wanted to differentiate between products being marketed to you simply because of population and capital versus people actually trying to copy American style stuff. Because I feel like it's not really American style, it's more of just Western style. And like sometimes I don't always see what's specifically American and other people trying to copy our culture.
So I'll give you chips, right? Think about the most inoffensive chip ever, right? So barbecue chip. I would say barbecue.
I would have
is
said plain Lay's.
I mean, that
plain-
was.
I mean, yeah, but like, there's some things that are inoffensive to our American palates.
Oh,
right?
okay, that's what you meant.
Isn't
Yeah.
the real answer ranch? Cool
Yeah,
ranch. Ranch
Cool
doesn't
Ranch.
exist outside the U.S.
It's cool American.
Yeah, it's cool American in other
Oh wait,
places.
what? That's what the
Yeah.
flavor is called. Cool American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
like most places over there don't carry ranch in Europe because ranch isn't a thing outside the U.S.
Yeah, and then you go to Canada and ketchup chips are like the shit, you know, and that's like Canadianism, you know. They're maple chips, the maple syrup chips. They're maple syrup and bacon. This is all just Canadianisms over there, right?
Okay.
So I feel like for us, anything that's inoffensive is American-ish, right? So you got
Okay.
Monster trucks and flag waving,
that
10-gallon hats.
I mean, that's still offensive to some people, sadly.
But you wouldn't.
But
Like,
you would picture an American doing.
I
all
wouldn't
these
bat
things.
an eye over that. Yeah.
Yeah. If I
Yeah.
if I say there's a guy in a 10-gallon hat with a flag on the back of his truck, you would think they're American.
I would call that person a Texan before I would call them an American.
Damn, we already annexed Texas.
No,
shit.
they're Texans.
I would have called
They're
them a
Texans.
patriot, brother.
Okay, so so okay, all right, hold on. You said the people that are outside of America and look at us for inspiration for their daily lives. We call those patriots, right? Do you think
That's just a joke, but
You-
yeah.
yeah. Do you think cultures should be more accepting of those people that want to be part of that culture so bad? And it's just like we love this culture.
If
We
you-
love your culture.
If you genuinely do, and you're not out here just doing it for attention, sure, why not? Just embrace them.
Japanese people don't embrace him. They're the weird person that lives here. You know, it's
Well,
like
that's a whole issue in and of itself. Isn't
we
Japan have a
Ameri-
problem with xenophobia?
Americans won't also readily embrace somebody from a different place just because they like American stuff.
Yes.
I haven't really had an example of that. Can't really think of one in particular where, let's say, a foreigner comes here and tries to act as American as possible. I haven't seen that.
You know, you have if like I don't know. Would okay, Mexico, right? If somebody from any other culture goes down there and they love the food, they love the people, they love the conversations that they're having, Mexico doesn't I don't think they have a problem with that type of person. Instead, they celebrate them. They get them drunk. I mean, Kevin has stories of how like he got drunk off of like going to Mexico and people like loved him. They poured him shots, you know, stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it'll always depend, right? To the kind of person.
Yeah,
Sometimes
this
you'll
is-
find the extreme people that are like, get out of the country. Like, what are you doing here? We don't take likely to your kind.
True. I just wish people would be more accepting of people trying so hard to be I mean like part of them. Like even
I
so
say,
even
I
the
say
white girls
no.
who are a third Cherokee on their Instagram profile,
well, okay,
or
if
1/18th
they
Cherokee on their Instagram profile.
if they actually do something for the Cherokee community and to represent them in some way, shape, or form, go ahead and knock yourself out. Be everything you want to be. But if your ass is just getting it for clout or trying to relate to a European or somebody or a Native American person, that's never gonna fly.
That's why I say that we should not support people that are trying to have this level of attention seeking. So this person that made themselves made their faces look as Korean as possible. If they go to Korea, I'm not saying that I hope they make fun of them,
Oh, you think they're
but
ooh.
you definitely it's tough, right? Because I don't want to say that, make
don't-
them feel weird, but It's like the thing that you did just because you want to be us, you ain't us. Because you have to grow up in Korean culture and have Korean parents and go through all the different struggles that Koreans would go to so that you can truly understand their mentality and their collectivism. But then you go over and I feel like it's like you have the audacity to say, oh, look, I look like you. I'm you now. It's like, no, that is not it. And we should definitely not be recommending or like condoning this kind of behavior.
100%. I see your point, but it's also so far removed from racism, right? It's like the other side. It's the other perspective. Like in a spectrum, it's the other side.
Being transracial is the complete opposite of racism? Is that what you're saying?
You're so into the culture that you just can't be racist.
That you become that culture.
I don't know. I don't even know. As I was saying it, I was like, man, that sounds fucking stupid. But I don't know. It's just like, I don't know if I think personally celebrate it. I do understand exactly what you said though, where it's just like people go through stuff, right? And it's just like it's part of being Korean. You think this way because all of the history of traditions and stuff that has happened to Koreans, right?
Yeah, and it's I feel like it's very superficial to just change your face, and I'm sure that this person is engaging in Korean culture and maybe even being a positive influence onto others when they see Korean culture, but going as far as to saying that I am now Korean, I feel Korean, it's just it's attention seeking.
I guess going back to like Japan being so coveted as a culture, Korea would probably be the number one on the opposite. They're like, nah.
They could be pretty hardcore, man. They don't take kindly to the taboo.
They don't take kindly to the Japan thing.
I think Japanese people are more open to taboo because I personally just think they're weird. And they got a lot of weird tastes and a lot of weird stuff out there. And so I feel like in this specific case, Japanese are more okay with the taboo versus Koreans that are very traditional. Yeah. Yeah. What other things got you guys on tilt? Any other attention seekers out there that need a stern talking to?
I would say just influencers in general. Karens. People out here just trying to say dumb shit for the sake of saying it. No examples.
It's like
broad speaking.
Talking so you can hear yourself talk.
Yes.
Social media, man, it's gonna come out where scientific like investigations and research and all that stuff are just going to like clearly delineate that we need control over social media. We need something to delegate social media because the way it's just a lawless town, you can do whatever the fuck you want in it, it's not okay. And we see it. It's straight up not okay. It's a prank joke, all that stuff. Like, it's a prank, bro. Calm down. You know, people getting shot, people getting stabbed over that. People like
when attention seeking goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the reason why they seek it is because it's gone right for so many people. You can think of all the folks on OnlyFans, the Twitch streamers that are doing their thing at the cost of their dignity. And they just got a lot. They secured the bag. They have secured the bag.
I can respect the securing of the bag.
Yeah, but the whole habit changing aspect of like even we touched on it, TikTok, you know, how it gets to know you in like 2 hours and you're already there. You're there for hours now.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 hours, it already knows that if I was on TikTok, it'd be like, he likes video games, he likes soccer. Give him all the soccer highlights. Give him a reel of Ronaldinho like every 15 minutes. You know, like it's crazy. That's scary, dude. TikTok is scary.
There's something that I've heard, and I haven't fully delved into this yet, so this might be incorrect information. But I heard that OnlyFans is looking into their own policies to try to make it. It's not that it like more family friendly. It's more of like less adult content.
What?
And I need to look more into this for the next episode. I'll come in with some more information on this. But I saw a very short clip of someone talking about this, and I want to investigate. But since we're on the topic of attention seekers, I felt like I kind of needed to point that out there because it can really change a lot of things. If imagine if OnlyFans just decided to pull the plug and say no more adult content.
If they value their business, they wouldn't do that. You know, look
That's
what happened
their whole
to
business model now. Yeah.
Look what happened to Tumblr. Tumblr said, "Hey, we're not gonna have any porn here." Tumblr just fucking died one day to the next.
Well, shit.
Yeah, Tumblr was one of those things people used to share porn gifs and stuff and sexy gifs, and people would have them all over, like, you know. And as soon as it was gone, it was like, okay, there goes your entire fucking platform. Sex sells, you said it yourself.
Yeah, and we're rewarding.
But it doesn't sell to
attention
advertisers.
Doesn't sell to advertisers. But advertisers, if it did, I mean, some of them could just say, hey, we're not actively doing it, but, you know, here's your money. Shout out.
All right, boys. Well, if nothing else, I guess we can wrap this one up.
Damn, we got into some heavy stuff. If we do need to be corrected about some things, please don't hesitate to reach out.
I can already hear the angry mom forming me outside of Edwin's house for not knowing pronouns.
No, I know my pronouns 100%. It was just I for some reason, for some mental block, I kept saying he and it's they.
If you need to file a complaint, you can fax us.
Faxes?
Yeah, make it very difficult for them to complain. You can fax us. So.
I only deal with complaints through smoke signals, but we're in California, Southern California, so don't do that.
Oh yeah, they might think it's a fire.
Yeah.
Feel free to reach out to us on our telegraph machine
or beepers.
Yeah. Or you can reach us at our website at tiltednotstirred.com, where you'll find links to our Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. You can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and the YouTube.
And remember to join us to share your questions and voice your thoughts on what has you tilted not stirred.
Peace.